Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you again. 2024 is coming to an end, and this year we've seen a lot of really dope kicks that kind of flew under the radar. Today, I want to take a look at 5 of my favorite Jordans that released this year or that I picked up this year that are still available for under retail price. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at my top 5 Jordan pickups of this year that you can still get for under retail. All right, everybody, so I am shooting this on Saturday, the same day that the Velvet Brown Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low dropped. I went for them on 3 accounts. Well, I had 2 accounts and my wife had 1. We all struck out. Once again, I sent a text to my cousin and my brother asking if they would try for these. And wouldn't you know it, my cousin actually sent me the got 'em screen. He got them in my size and I sent him the money immediately. So shout out to my cousin GK. I appreciate it. I knew one day we would end up getting them. I can't tell you how many entries I've had for Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows, but I have never hit in my size until now. So once again, major shout out to my cousin. Sometimes that's what it takes. I've had people give me grief before because they're like, oh man, that many entries, that's not fair. But I mean, it kind of is if you just ask people to go for them. It's not like you're botting or anything like that. And like I said, I bet you I've had over 20, probably over 30 entries for Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows, both my own accounts and loved ones accounts, and have never been able to hit in my size. But I finally got a W on a size 10 of the Velvet Brown Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows. I'm pumped. This was the text that he sent me, and whether it's my own sneakers account or somebody else gets it for me, it always feels so good to see that got 'em screen on a sought after shoe like this. Hopefully, if you're watching this and you went for those as well, then you were able to get a W. And if you've been going for them, then you know the struggle is real. It just feels like sometimes there are certain shoes that are impossible to hit on, and for me, that was definitely one of them. Today, I want to do a little bit of a recap. I've been having people ask me about doing my top 10 video of 2024, and that is definitely coming, but I'm still working out the last 2 or 3 places of that. I wanted to get this video out today because I know a lot of people are going to be getting Christmas money. They might be thinking that they want a pair of Jordans and they're wondering what is affordable, what kind of gives you the most bang for your buck, and that's what I want to give you my opinion of today. This year has been a really good year for building up a sneaker collection because a lot of these pairs would not be as affordable and attainable as they are right now if this was in years past. And I know I don't have to go into detail about that, but for a long time, sneakers like this seemed untouchable. And now all the pairs that I'm showing you today, as of the time that I'm recording this, all these pairs are available for well under retail. I'll put affiliate links on this video, so if you're interested in buying any of them or just checking them out in more detail, then feel free to use those affiliate links. That actually does help the channel more than you would think. I don't want to delay too much. Let's go ahead and start getting into these. It's not going to be a full detailed review of each pair. I'm just going to let you know what I like about them and why I think they're such a great bargain buying them for below retail price. And first up, let's start with a real obvious one. Now, this didn't come with these cream laces, although I wish it would have. That was my biggest critique of this pair of shoes, is that it didn't come with a spare set of sail laces. It did come with black laces already in the shoe, but no extras. And I just think these sail laces take it to the next level. This, of course, is the dark Mocha Jordan 1 Low. And there was a reason why the high version of this shoe became so sought after. And the reason is because this is such an awesome colorway on such a classic design. The Jordan 1 remains my favorite Jordan retro silhouette. Of course, this black toe color blocking has always been a crowd favorite, but you throw in that dark Mocha suede on the heel of these, and I just think this is a 10 out of 10. These things are really nice. Materials are great. These are still going for under retail, whether you buy them on a resale platform or I think even at stores like Finish Line and other chain footwear sites, you can find these and they're actually on sale, and that is a beautiful thing. I also have the high version of this shoe, and I think the highs are still selling for around $400 in my size, but right now at the time that I'm shooting this, you can get these for $20 or $30 below the retail price, and I think that's a bargain and a half. I think this is one of the coolest designs of the year, and I was very glad to be able to grab these easily. So my first pair on the best Jordan bargain pickups of 2024 is the Dark Mocha Jordan 1 Lows. All right, the next pair on my list, maybe this one's obvious to some of y'all, maybe it's not. I don't even know if a lot of people have seen these in person, but I think this is one of those pairs that whenever you see them in hand and you see the materials or you feel the materials and just these subtle shades of cream and gray and all the different little design elements that are tweaked for this pair, such as that kind of cloudy heel tab that you can see the Nike branding underneath, and then the double overlays that you have for up here on the mud guard as well as back here on the heel. I just think that this is a very elevated Jordan 3, and I think this is one of my favorite 3s in my collection, if I'm being honest. This was one of those Jordan GRs that you get in hand, and it really has the feeling of a collab. It's just different than what we're used to, and it's different than every other Jordan 3 that I have. Another design element of these that I really love is the double Jumpman that you can see there. I think one's like a tan color and the other one's kind of like a gray color, but again, just the earth tones that they used and the materials that they used, they really do feel premium, they look premium, and it's just a different 3 than everything else that I have in my collection. These are also selling for $20 to $30 below the retail price. This really does have the look of one of those shoes that could be $250 or $300, but right now it's just such a buyer-friendly market. You can get these things at a bargain, so maybe you're getting a little bit of Christmas cash or something. This is a dope pair of 3s, and it's different than the norm. So I really like that. I like that it feels premium, and I think these will be great for the spring and the summertime of 2025. And next is a pair that might not be on a lot of people's lists, but for me, the Air Jordan 6 in the Olympic colorway definitely has to be on there. This might be one of the cheapest pairs that I'm looking at today as far as resale platforms go, but these were really easy to get. And even now, getting them for resale, it's not that hard to grab them. There's a couple of different reasons why I really love this pair. It does look like it could be an OG colorway, even though it's not. But I always associate the Carmine with the Dream Team. Like whenever I think of Michael Jordan wearing number 9, playing for the Dream Team back in the 90s, I think of the Carmine 6s. I just associate that shoe with my memory of the Dream Team. This sneaker was actually first worn by Ray Allen and Vin Baker back in the 2000 Olympics, and then it was retroed since then. I think it was retroed in 2012, but I have never owned this pair. I always thought they looked so cool. I love wearing red, white, and blue. I love, you know, rooting for my home country, but I love these. There's history to them. I've never owned this pair. The Jordan 6 silhouette just automatically takes me back to whenever I was watching the Dream Team as a kid. I just love keeping that Olympic theme going on this silhouette. It's just got the navy base. It's very similar to the Carmine color blocking, aside from instead of the Carmine red, you have this blue tumbled leather. And this one, it's not that materials seem really premium or anything, but it's just the nostalgia that I get when looking at this silhouette, along with the history of this colorway, first being just for players and then being retroed once in 2012, and now finally I got them whenever they were retroed again this year. These are selling for really cheap. You can get them for well under retail, and if you're a fan of the Jordan 6, this is a really cool pair to get. I plan on getting these into the rotation, owning this pair as well as the Carmine 6s. I feel like that's just about all the 6s I need, if I'm being honest, but I love this style. I love the nostalgia that it brings, and I think this is an awesome pair that you can get for a bargain. So this next pair is probably going to be controversial, but remember, I'm talking about my list of pickups that you can grab for under retail. So this pair of Black Toe Reimagined Jordan 1s was supposed to drop this year in 2024, but then right before they were supposed to be released, the drop got pushed back to 2025. However, to my surprise, you could still go on resale platforms and buy them for right around retail price. I got these for about $200, and now I think they're even cheaper than they were back when I bought them. A lot of you might be familiar with the Jordan 1 Chicago Lost and Founds, and while I do still prefer that pair over these, I feel like these tell just as cool of a story as what those Lost and Found Chicagos did. This pair was solely based on an old picture of Michael Jordan where he was wearing a sample of the Jordan 1 High. He kind of had them draped over his shoulder. You'll notice what's different about these is that it just says Air Jordan on the side instead of having that Jordan Wings logo. At first, a lot of people were really bashing these, saying that they didn't like them and that really ruins the shoe. But honestly, the way I wear Jordan 1 Highs, you're not going to see that whenever my pants are down over that part of it. And I kind of like that it's something different. I like that I don't have any other Jordan 1 Highs that say Air Jordan across them like that. Another really cool aspect of these is up here on the red leather, it says "My Very Best Michael Jordan," and it looks like he signed it himself. It's really hard to see without a black light. Not sure if you're able to see it the way the lighting is or not, but it's right there and it's very faint, but I love little details like that. I also really like that they gave us a sail color on this midsole, but the leather does not seem aged at all, and the leather seems like it's a very good quality. This being one of the most iconic colorways of a Jordan 1 High, along with the storytelling that this pair does, I am still in disbelief that you can grab these for under retail and they haven't even come out yet. Now it's going to be a 2025 release, but at this time you can still get these for under retail price, even though they haven't been widely released yet to the public. For anybody not familiar with the story, this is the picture I was referring to, and this is the Black Toe Jordan 1 High that had the Air Jordan verbiage on the side instead of the Wings logo. But I just love it when they have a theme like this and you can easily identify the storytelling on the shoe. And then last but certainly not least, I have to bring out these A Ma Maniére While You Were Sleeping Jordan 3s. Many people went crazy for the first A Ma Maniére Jordan 3 that was released. I think that was called Raised by Women, but this year they did a full line While You Were Sleeping, and it had a handful of different silhouettes in it, but it was to kind of commemorate A Ma Maniére's 10-year anniversary. Well, this pair, in my opinion, might just make it on one of my other lists. I don't want to give away too much, however, I like this pair so much, and I am just so impressed with both the quality and the style on these. It is a classic silhouette, but it's very elevated. It's what you would expect from a high-end collaboration, and I just think that this pair is an absolute banger. I am still in disbelief that you can buy these for $30 or $40 below retail price. If you do get these, just know that they came in women's sizing, like we see a lot of times from A Ma Maniére. They'll do extended women's sizing. You kind of just have to add 1.5 to whatever your normal men's size is, and that'll help you figure out what your women's equivalent would be. But I think the style on these is so good. They seem so premium. They've got that real fancy quilted sock liner in there. The leather is just butter, as well as all the suede and the nubuck that you have on the upper. I think the cream color really complements the gray and the mauve and the black on the upper. There is just not an aspect of these that I'm not a fan of. I think right now, this is the coolest pair of Jordans that you can buy for a bargain. I know that's a bold statement, but I just cannot think of another pair of Jordans that will give you this kind of quality and this kind of style for that price point. And to put on top of that, that this is a collaboration, and I still think Reimagined is on fire whenever it comes to collabs. But as I said before, it's a buyer-friendly market. If you're looking for a really premium pair of Jordans that has a very elevated style and just a very classic look to them, I don't think it gets much better than this for the price, and I highly recommend these Reimagined While You Were Sleeping Jordan 3s. But that concludes my list of 5 Jordan sleepers that you can get for under retail. Let me know what you think of them. Let me know if you would have added something different or taken anything off my list. And as always, this is just my opinion. These aren't better than whatever shoes you like. These are just the shoes that I like. But let me know what you all think. I'm going to head inside and get thawed out. I appreciate you all watching tremendously, and I'll catch you all on the next one. I'm out.